this is recording. All right, you can go ahead and kick it off.
You want me? Okay. So tonight we wanted to talk about making a plan to succeed. And actually, who's that lady you like? Leslie Boyd Bradley. Her live thing that you posted about last night was all about planning things and not Xander's cracking up. I don't know if that's really distracting for you guys, if you can hear that or not. Okay. So she was talking about planning to succeed. And one of my favorite things that she said from that was that you don't stumble upon success, you plan for it. So if you're just like kind of going along and hoping like it's going to work out and this might be a thing and you're not like 100% committed to working it every day like you would a business, right? Not like some like side thing, but an actual business, that is the way that you will have success. And if you don't plan that way, she was like, then you won't. It was really funny. She's very real. But so I'm gonna eat my dinner and we're gonna talk about planning ahead, which I did not do today. So one of the things that I really wanted to talk about, what's up, buddy?
I'm playing my tablet.
Yeah, your tablet's in there in the kitchen. Sorry guys. Tabby's in the kitchen. Can you play in your room since mommy's on the call? Here, I'll punch the numbers in for you. There. Go ahead, dude. Okay. So, I don't know why it has, oh, Eli says, hi, Xander. He's off. He's already escaped. So, can you guys all hear me? Just give me like a thumb in the chat if you can hear me. I want to make sure, because it has Holly's face popped up for some reason. I'm not sure why. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me.
I don't think she's muted.
Oh, okay.
I just muted her.
Okay, I didn't hear any noise coming from her end, so I wasn't sure. So we're going to do this, and instead of word vomiting all over the place and being all over the place, like we are, because we always have so much that we want to talk about. We're always so excited. This is Jennifer and I, like before we have every call, we're like this and this and this, and we should talk about this and do this and do this. And so now we've decided to break it down into a series to actually present to you guys, which also like allows us to be more engaged with you guys. We're actually going to do this, I think every week is going to be the plan, at least until we're done with this little series. So we're not like skipping another week, because I don't want to say like, here are all the things that you can do, and in 2 weeks we're going to talk about them. You know, we want to kind of tie it into kind of re-kicking off our business, right? Because seminar year just started, and having really, really great success, because everyone starts on a level playing field. Everyone has the ability. If you have a downline, even if you don't, right, it's all ground zero. And I like that about it because it puts me on the same playing field as Heather. I mean, not with that many downlines, but like my actions to start the year are the same as Heather's actions to start the year if I try that hard, right? If I push that hard, then it can be like that. So I want to talk to you guys about scheduling posts. I feel like that is huge. That saves the day. Jennifer's going to talk a little bit about that, about it saving the day. And also when you fail to plan and then you're just like kind of looking for something to post and then something pops up and then you're disappointed because you knew it wasn't a good post, but you knew why. So I want to talk to you guys about scheduling posts. I want to show you guys my little post chart, hoping that it inspires you guys. And obviously sitting down on whatever day of the week, it doesn't have to be a Sunday that you decide to do this. It can be any day of the week where you sit down and actually make those planned posts for your beauty group. Because if you are just hoping that something's going to come to you on the day that you want to post it in your group, it's not going to happen and it's going to fall flat. So, I mean, not all the time, but a lot of times. So we're going to talk about a plan to succeed and some actionable steps that you can take and all of that good stuff, the things you can do every day to help you succeed. So Jennifer, do you want to say anything?
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll touch on that about, you know, when failing. Michelle, did you already say, because sorry, I was letting the cat out. I swear this.
I didn't say the quote thing yet.
Okay. So if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's what, I mean, you've heard Josie say it, you've heard Michelle say it. Like if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And for me, that is such like it sounds really cheesy. You've probably heard it a million times, but like Heather has also said, sometimes it takes one person for it to be said where it just like clicks, right? Because you could have heard something and you're like, oh, right. So for me, that is so resounding, especially with even today. Okay, so today, I mean, I don't know if you guys saw, but last night, my side started hurting and I have kidney stones every couple of years. So last night, like yesterday was really productive, but I failed to plan today. So when I woke up today, I didn't have anything ready for my group. I didn't have scheduled posts like I should have. I ended up like, and it's great because, not failing to plan, but it's great. I was able to spend time with my husband, but I wasn't thinking about today. I mean, obviously a kidney stone wasn't in the plans or in the books at all today. And I still kept trying to work, but then there was little things that were slipping through. Like it became almost noon and I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't posted anything in my group. I have a launch party on Thursday and I have a party on Friday. And I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't scheduled the post. Like I have all the actual day stuff, like when it happens scheduled, but I'm like manipulating stuff as the days go forward. And I was like, oh, I haven't posted anything today. So like, I just like all day today, it was like high stress because I did not have anything to post. In fact, in my group, I told Michelle, I didn't know what to post in my group because I was like, I don't think I'm going to wear really any lipstick today or like get any like dressed up. I haven't introduced Prism Gloss. I happened to look, I'm not a part of her group because I'm not in her first line. But I took myself out of Heather's group and I just went to check to see what she did. And I saw she introduced Prism Gloss. And I am not even going to tell you guys, I'm not even going to lie. I literally copied and pasted the exactly her wording and her image. And I'm not going to say I'm embarrassed. I'm mad at myself.
Yeah.
What?
I said you were mad at yourself.
Yeah, I was mad at myself because I was like, that was so like, it was so simple and I could have done that myself. Like, why did I fail to plan that? Because I've known about Prism Gloss since Monday and I knew I was going to wait to introduce it because I was talking about the color of the week on Monday. But I was like, oh my gosh, I felt so silly. And yes, I've gotten like 6 orders for it, but I'm like, it wasn't even my own wording. And I know it sounds so silly, but something about doing your own content. I mean, Michelle knows. Monica, you've started branding. You've been branding yourself. And I know you guys, like, there's a bunch of us that are starting. Michelle's done it from day one. She was like creating graphics before she hit the sign up button. Like, she was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to call myself? But there's something that making it your own, it's like, I don't know if it's like a mental thing. I mean, it has to be where I'm just like, I'm proud of it. It's not like just sticking crap up there. And it's not, now I got it from Heather's group. Like it's clearly not crap, but it's not my brainchild. So I felt like all day today, I felt a little bit like I didn't do myself proud today. So
I think it does something subconsciously to you too. So when I take your posts, right? Because I've done that once, twice, 27 times. I've done it. When I do that, and I don't actually like put the effort in to like make it mine or use my own wording or things like that. And guys, this is going to be a different part of the series. But we're talking about planning your posts and actually having your own content. So content's going to be next week, but making it yours. I love when people steal my stuff. Because then I'm like, yeah, I did good. So I have this like pride moment when I present stuff and then I see someone immediately use it. Or I get that immediate feedback of like, this looks so good or whatever. So there's a lot of power in making it your own and actually taking the time to do that.
And also when Michelle's saying this, like when she says steal, when we're on a team, like it is totally okay for all. Yeah, exactly. It's steal in quotes. It is okay if you're on the same team as somebody, if you really like something. It is kind of courteous to say like, hey, do you mind if I use this? It's amazing. But if you're on the same team, it's totally cool. It's totally cool. Because just make sure it's somebody that it's not like somebody that has told you like, please don't or whatever. Anyways, sorry.
Boost that post too. Yeah, true, Kristen, it does. So let's talk about scheduling your post and then let's talk about what that looks like on your actual Facebook, because you know you can't schedule things on your actual Facebook. So I want to show you guys kind of how I attack that. Jennifer, I don't know how you attack it. For me, so Jennifer operates everything she does on the computer. She is a computer person. So if you like see her on like calls and stuff like that, you'll see her typing. She's always making notes on her computer. Even when I'm at her house, that's what she's doing when we're talking. And I'm always in a book every time. So I want to show you guys what I do, and then we're going to talk about scheduling a post. If you do not know how to schedule a Facebook post in your beauty group, Jennifer, do you just want to tell them to like reach out to us if you don't know how to schedule a post?
If you don't know how to schedule a post in your beauty group, if you're doing it from your phone, I don't think that it works. You have to do it from your computer.
You do.
Now, Heather did say in her group last night, because somebody was asking that question, I think that you can schedule a post in your business page from your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can't? Okay, Monica's typing, so I'm going to let her.
I think you can. I really do think that you can. Monica probably knows.
Yeah, Heather said that, and I haven't tried to myself, but I know as far as your beauty group, you
can,
okay, all right. She can
Android. Uh-huh.
Okay, so if you have any questions about scheduling in your group with a phone with an Android, I guess message Monica because the rest of us have iPhones.
Yeah, right. So scheduling your posts. If you do not know how to schedule your posts in your beauty group, yeah, right, Google it. That's my favorite response to like most things. What was I going to say? Sorry, I got distracted. Scheduling posts. If you don't know how to schedule posts in your beauty group, one, you can Google it. Two, just reach out and ask Jennifer and I, and we'll gladly kind of help you with that first time walking you through it, because we want to make sure that you guys know all of these things, because you will have downlines. Even if you don't yet, you will. And so we want you guys to be taking notes and like writing all of these things down, and other things that you get from other people, from Elena, from Heather, because you're going to have a team and you're going to need to tell them all of the same stuff that we're telling you guys. So I want to show you guys kind of what I do real quick. So I bullet journal, which is not the same for everyone. This is my bullet journal. This is my one from when I first started SeneGence. It's completely full. Yay. This is my bullet journal. And in the layout of the week, I want to show you guys. So this is this week, right? I don't know if you guys can see it. I have like the days of the week. And then over here, I have it blocked off to where it says Facebook, Instagram, group, my beauty group, and team. I just switched team from business page because I was invested in my business page, but I've not been consistent enough with it. And I realized that I need to be posting a lot more in my team, because I have like these things that I want to do. But just like anything else, if I don't plan to post to my team page, then I won't. Or I'm just regurgitating things that you've already heard from Jennifer's page, which a lot of times I will not take it. If Jennifer has posted it, if you're in Sunshine Sisters, but you're in Jennifer's page, a lot of times I don't post because she has posted, and I don't want to regurgitate the same information if that was what we were already talking about. So this is what I do. I sit down on Sunday, again, it can be any day of the week, and I write down what I'm going to do. And I only plan one post a day. If I have something else that comes to me, then great. But I only post once a day in all of these things. And I'll even skip a day on Instagram, so that way it seems like genuine content every once in a while. So I'll like skip a day. Like I have it to, I'm going to skip, oh no, I skipped today because I posted last night. So my skip was today. Anyway, it really helps you if you have something to like look at and see like, okay, this is what I have planned, so I can go in here and you can write that down. Or you can start like a Word document. That's what I have. I have Word documents for whichever week that I'm on for the wording that I want to work with. So let's say I've taken one of Brittany Camarade's, I can never say her name. Brittany.
Camerati.
If I take one of her posts, right, then I'll put it into a Word document. I'll separate it out with little hash lines by where I intend to post it, and I'll know that those are the ones that I'm working on right now. So I'm taking her idea and turning it into my own. And those are like my working things that I generally go from, or, you know, making my own posts and things like that. So a post chart really helps if you're not planning even your like normal Facebook page stuff. It really does help to like write all of that down and at least have a plan for one post a day. That way it doesn't like overwhelm me to think about, okay, I have to post like 3 times and it has to go in here and it has to be at this time. Instead, for me, what works is posting once a day. And I mean, that works for me. So I have a little chart. It tells me, you know, what I want to do. And that's an actionable step because I know, because I was talking about planning to succeed and knowing actionable steps. I have that in place. I've already made that a thing to where it's done already. And all I have to do is copy and paste because I've already changed it. Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to say anything, Jen?
No, you hit that really good.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. And you guys feel free. I know everybody's on mute, but you guys can talk whenever you want and like interjection and all that and just say like, I don't know, I hate everything you're talking about or you're wrong. No, I'm just messing with you. No, Michelle, you hit everything. That's your area.
Planning.
Yeah, you're such a good planner. Remember, I literally just told everybody that I failed to plan. I am.
Dude, I gotta tell you guys, and I told Jennifer I wasn't going to talk about this, but I'll put it out there. In being inconsistent in like my beauty group and things like that, my sales were the worst they ever were last week from moving and not having last month, from moving and not having a plan to be active. I wasn't even active in like my page because real life is going to happen whether you're moving or your child's giving you a hard day. Like everyone has those issues or like things going on. But having the plan to like fall back on, sometimes that helps me because I feel like I can be failing at everything else, but I got this. I got my notebook that I've written everything down in, and I know that my posts are there and they're already done. And that's like 90% of it. So find a general idea and theme for the week, then plan to break it down each day. That's really smart. I know Jennifer does she introduces her color of the week on Monday in her group. So her group can always expect to see that kind of post. So if it helps you, make the theme because people like that sort of thing. Spice it up occasionally. But if you're going to, I decided recently that every other Friday, I'm going to do a cocktail and a lip pairing. I was talking to Jennifer about it, and I'm going to name both of them. So I'm going to name the cocktail and I'm going to name the lip pairing. I'm going to do that every other week or maybe once a month as you know, for people to not think I just drink all the time to make posts.
Yeah, I was going to say, and on that about me doing the color of the week on Monday. So I was doing it for a lot, but like there would be times where it'd be like a holiday week or like, you know, the skincare week. I actually had somebody message me on a week that I didn't have one. And she's like, well, I'm about to make a big purchase, but I wanted to check to see what your color of the week was first. And I was like, oh, I wasn't going to do it this week. I was like, but what's the color you want to do? And she was like, oh, it's this. I was like, I'll just make it the color of the week. Like, I thought that was really neat that that's what, you know, she was after. So
waiting for that. Yeah. So also if it helps you guys too, so you have that color of the week idea, but, I've decided to break stuff down. Like if you can do, consistency, Monica, so true. People really do look for that. You know, like Jennifer said, that she hadn't posted a color of the week and someone's like, where's your color? I want to buy it. So now she knows, okay, even if it seems repetitive, right? People take comfort in repetitive things, first of all. But even if it's repetitive, it's something that people look forward to. Now, if you do a color of the week 4 weeks in a row and it falls flat every single time and you're looking at your content and it's good, then reevaluate. Maybe your group doesn't like colors of the week. That might not be, you know, their thing. But I've decided I'm going to do the lip thing, right? And I need to get back on board with the color of the week. And then I'm going to do a product feature every other week so it doesn't seem too intense. So that's so much of my month planned out right there. What'd Monica say? I can't see my chat.
it says Tip Tuesday. Yeah. And if you like I was saying, don't copy content if you can help it. But Heather has great outlines in her group. Like she has like Makeup Monday or something, Tip Tuesday, I think it's like, sometimes I think it's Wear It Wednesday. I don't know. There's like a few different things. Like she just plays with the first letter of the week. So if you want to do something like that,
Go ahead. No, you go.
that's basically it. Just like try to come up with something that's easy for you. And just go with it. I mean, repetition.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. You can go ahead.
I was going to say, if you feel like it's, you don't want to do something every single step, every single like day of the week and have it like thematic like that, pick 2 days, pick 3 days, whatever you want to do. There's no like limitations on that. It doesn't have to be a Tip Tuesday. It can be a like thoughtful Tuesday or something, and write something like thoughtful to your group or whatever, and do that. Or thoughtful Thursday really actually goes better. But there's those things. If you have Pinterest, if you don't have Pinterest, first of all, you're doing your business a serious disservice. Get Pinterest right now. But go on Pinterest, and they have like these ideas for what you can do every single month of the year. They will lay it out for you. And Brittany Camerate, I hate her name. I don't hate her name, but she shared that like April calendar. You have that. That is done. Follow her calendar for an entire month and do that. But you have to decide that you're going to take those steps, especially if you want to be really successful. And that like falls in line with following up with people too. You have to plan to do that. And I'm going to say that Jennifer's way better at that than I am, but you have to plan to reach out to those people. Like recently I divided my group into people that I've never talked to that were added to my group, right? And I made a plan to reach out to them. Then people that I know, because my message is going to be different, right? Then people that I know, but they've never bought anything, I have them in a separate category. And then the people that I know that have bought from me in the past and I need to like check in with or something like that. And those are all long lists. So my work is not done. I have a lot of people to follow up with. I'm not going to run out of stuff. If you run out of things to talk about in your beauty group, because that gets a little strange to see sometimes, go to Google, go to Pinterest. There's so many ideas there for what to post. And when in doubt, go live, be yourself, do a get ready with me, put lip color on. That's what it's about. Or take a week and dedicate time to talking about a specific product and then go live about that product. There's so many different things that you can do to go live in your group. Not every single one has to be a get ready with me or, a lip application thing. There's so many options. And I think there's even Jennifer, you have it in your
I'm going to bump it.
50 live ideas. 50. You should not worry about any of that. And honestly, every single month people have said, start your business over. So at the beginning of every single month, do a lip demo. Once a month or twice a month. Jacko. Sorry, my cat's an asshole.
Oh my goodness. Michelle, did you disappear? Sorry. I was trying to bump the post. I didn't even realize she like left. Sorry, guys. Okay, I'm bumping it again. Oh my gosh. Good job. Okay, I bumped it.
Okay, so that's 50 things to go live about right there. And even the best people, even Heather is always in her group. Once a month, she'll do a shop or stop. Once a month, she'll do a lip application or introduce a new color. Guys, we have so many colors, and I guarantee you have not worn every single color in your group. Wear it. Even if you think it's like ugly on you, you never know who's going to like it. Honestly, I hate Midnight News, but I got so many compliments on it. And I think I look ridiculous. So you never know what's going to work. Kristen looked amazing. She tried on, what did she try the other day? Freaking Team Wicked. And she was like, guys, I don't know about this. I don't know if I'm going to like this, if it's going to work out for me. And then she put it on. And one of the pictures that she sent to me for her ranking to maiden was that one. Monica, you did Blackberry? Oh my God, I want to see that. I really want to see that. I think I saw Monica talking about something about eye trios too.
She was just messaging me. She's got on 1 layer of blackberry and 2 layers of Fly Girl right now. And that's so pretty.
Send it to me.
It's on her right now.
Duh. I'm so stupid. Roll. Oh my gosh. Gorgeous. I love that. Oh, and Cody Lee's on here. Hi, Cody Lee. How are you? She's on here. So happy. I didn't see everyone like pop on. Not like there's a ton of us on here, but honestly, you guys showing up tonight
That's
is
the
awesome.
first thing of planning for success.
That's the first plan. Like, we spend a lot of time like learning from these people and talking. So I'm glad to see you guys here, and I feel like that demonstrates. Yeah, we're gonna take a team pick, Kristen. Good idea. I feel like that demonstrates a willingness to learn and a willingness to really grow yourself, because this is so easy. And just that thing that Leslie Boyd Bradley was saying, like, you don't stumble upon success, you plan for it. I know I already said that once, but it really, like, I wrote it down in huge letters, because some days she was also talking about Gigo, which was awesome to me. And I want to talk about that only for a second. Gigo, which is garbage in, garbage out. So if you are telling yourself these negative things like, I can't be like Heather, I can't be like Jennifer, I can't be like Michelle, I'm not going to get to that point. Garbage in, garbage out. Meaning you're telling yourself terrible things, and it's not going to work for you to get to your goals. You need these calls to reconnect. So yeah, I kind of love doing this. A lot of times I feel like I'm word vomiting everywhere because I have so much that I want to say, but I'm not a poster. Like, Jennifer is so good with words and like typing stuff out, and like does anyone else think Jennifer's like things are freaking amazing? Can we just talk about that for a second? Like, her posts, where she uses emojis, how she uses them, and everything. Like, I can't freaking stand it. It annoys me.
Michelle is so funny. She said that. She goes, I need to make a Jennifer post. I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh gosh.
It's so good. It's awesome because, y'all, when Jennifer first started, just like me, our posts were like just not doing anyone any favors. Like, they were not good, because we had to figure out how to post like us, you know. And for me, a lot of times it's going live and being strange and cursing at people. Like, that's my general nature. Jennifer, you need, I didn't read, gosh dang it. I hate not being able to see the chat. It bothers me.
It
Like,
said, she said, Jennifer, you need to teach me your ways at seminar.
Honestly, I don't understand her posts, because a lot of stuff I want to post has like periods. I love periods, love ending sentences and periods, not emojis. But that reads so boring.
Well, I feel like in a way I've kind of always sort of been like that, because I have a friend named Rhonda, and when I would text her, sorry, this is deviating, she would always be like, I think we had one night where everybody was like, okay, pretend like you're this person, and everybody was just like, oh my God, yay, exclamation point, exclamation point, heart, 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 oh my God, yay, and they're like, Jennifer. Okay, guys, that's just, I don't know, that's just my personality. But garbage in, garbage out. I totally, that makes so much sense. I'm so glad you got on her call. My date night.
I loved it. I don't know if it was recorded, but there was just so much. She was talking about seeing I have like my notes in front of me, but seeing the goal, not the obstacle. Because so many times we focus on the obstacle that is in front of us, like Maiden, like recruiting someone. And then we get so distracted by that. And I know for a fact that Kristen this month is always like trying to be successful, right? But I feel like somewhere in the back of Kristen's mind, she was like, I'm never going to get to Maiden. It's not going to work. And then I genuinely felt like she let go of it, and it just came to her. Like, Jennifer didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming. Kristen didn't see it. It just happened. And yeah, the same thing happened. It happened for Monica in like a week. less than a week, it just came together. And then Royal and Waiting just came together, you know?
But
I was saying I knew it would happen for Kristen. I was over here rooting for her.
I knew it would happen. I mean, like, I knew it would happen. I said that strangely. If I did, I'm sorry. I definitely knew it would happen, but I knew that Kristen felt like, okay, I want this to like happen. I want it to happen now. And then it just did. And it's awesome. And it feels good, I'm sure, to conquer that goal. But maybe it was because she wasn't focusing on the obstacle anymore and just kind of let it come to her. Because there's so many people in SeneGence that it takes them forever to become maiden, over a year.
That's okay. Everybody's pace is different. Yeah.
Right. And that's like, honestly, if you look at Heather and you're like, oh, that's my goal for real. That's not real life. Like, she had 1,000 followers. What were you going to say, Monica?
Oh, I was going to say that when we were talking about, positive motivation or something that you tell yourself. So the one that's really, really helped me, I think, since like Josie told us about it, is my business is growing at the exact right pace for me. So anytime I get in my head like, oh, I'll never get to her level, I'm like, nope, my business is growing at the exact right pace for me, and I say it on over and over and over.
Mm-hmm. Honor your pace. Write that down. That's really smart. Honor your pace. Josie says these like phrases sometimes, and sometimes they don't connect with me because she like throws so many out there, but they're still like magical, really helpful phrases that I find myself stumbling back on. Josie's thing, fail to plan to fail. That's a Josie quote. I find myself using them now when they're like super applicable, and I love that. But Leslie was talking about dedicating time to seeing your goals every day. So if you have like a vision board or like something positive you've written down, your affirmation, like Monica saying, like, my business is growing at the right time for me. Genius. Write it down, like put it somewhere. If you need to hear that, if that helps you, write it down. If you want the CeneStar trip, write it down. Write down all of these things, because the second you identify what you really want, don't limit yourself in that, but the second you identify what you really want, it makes the steps more apparent.
Which in saying that, just a little like side note thing, if you have some things that you want, or you're trying to think of exactly what you want, come on Elena's call. As of right now, we know that she's doing a call on Monday next week at 8:30 for a vision board. And I have only created one. And I created it with Casey Smith last year when she did some group thing that got so overwhelming she never did another one. But it's still there if you guys are interested. But basically
I've never made one.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed.
I made one, and some of the things were a little bit far-fetched, but that is also something you kind of will find in yourself. Like, you want to make something, I wouldn't say realistic, but you have to know if you have a goal in a smaller period. I only had like 6 months to reach this goal that I posted about. So if this was like a 5-year plan, a lot of those things will happen in 5 years. If it was a 2-year plan, I think most of those things will happen. But I put like big goals, like, here's this mansion and here's this and that. I'm like, that's not going to happen this quickly. I mean, yeah.
But I think that's okay, because Shanaza like always talks about her vision board, and I don't know if y'all caught her live. It was like a month or so ago with her vision board, and she has things on there. Like, I don't remember when she said she made it, but on there she like had a thing of Australia, and she's going to Australia with SeneGence now.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's really neat.
Leslie was saying to write those things down, right? The Lips trip or the Senecar or whatever. And then don't just write that. Write and look at what you have to do to get to that. Don't just say, like, I want this, because then you could be looking at me like, I want the Australia trip real bad, right? I am nowhere freaking near it, because I have not written down what I actually have to do every single month to be able to get to that point. So I don't want to say I might not get to Australia, because I'm going to try, right? I'm going to try my absolute hardest. But if I don't write down the steps, then I'm not getting there. Like it's not gonna come together for me at all, because if you don't know like kind of what you're working for, then you can't possibly have an action plan. So you have to sit down with yourself and be like, what do I really want? Do I really want to not worry about, do I want the freedom to build my own house? That can be a realistic thing. Do I want the freedom to be able to afford a nanny? I would love a freaking nanny. Y'all don't even know. I want a tiny house. I want to travel across the country. I don't want to be limited by these things. So I need to write all of that down and make sure that I'm focusing on that, because then on the day where I'm like, oh, I don't want to get out of bed, I don't want to shower, I don't want to talk to my team, I don't want to do any of this because I don't want to talk to anyone, because I have a lot of those days, then I'm not going to. Like if I don't write down that I have to do all those things, if I don't plan all of those things, then I'm going to give in to the whole, oh, I can just not do it and do it tomorrow and do it the next day, or do it the next day. I did do that leg workout last night, Jennifer. Y'all, I said I was going to do a leg workout yesterday, and I literally started doing it at 11:30 at night, because I said I was going to do it yesterday, and I like had to commit to really doing that. So now you have this brand new seminar year, right? And last year is behind you. It's done. It's gone. The successes you had, the losses you had, all of that stuff, I would encourage you to let it go. And especially the comparison of like other people. Like when someone signs up to, I'm gonna say it, when someone signs up 20 people in a month, I'm over here comparing myself like crazy. Like, why couldn't I do that? What's wrong with me? And what's wrong with me is that I'm comparing myself to that. That's not a real thing. That's not a real thing that's going to happen to everyone all the time. Or I'll do that with Heather sometimes, and I'll be like, oh, I want to build my own house and have my own like office and things like that. And then I'll say like, oh, I can't do that because I'm not her, because I haven't been in a business for so many years, a direct sales business. Because a lot of these people that are super successful, that are making a ton of money, Casey, Heather, Josie, all of those people have been in this business, not this one particularly, but in network marketing for like 5 years. So to even have a part of what they have is still super successful if you have not been doing it for 5 years online, building a network and doing all of that. So what you've already accomplished, not having that background, is huge. Even if you have like a really small like business, like I know Kristen, you did the jewelry thing, but I'm sure it wasn't like a massive online undertaking, right? So you're starting to build these things, and it's going to be a really uncomfortable process with like reaching out to people and making the plan and all of that. But know that if you do that, and if you do it consistently for 1 year, 2 years, you don't give up, then you will build your own house, and you will get all the trips, and you will have all the downlines that will happen, because they'll start coming out of nowhere. Like I've recruited like 3 of you that are on here right now, and you're recruiting your own people, and they start coming up out of nowhere. Like, so Cody Lee is Melissa's, and I don't know Cody Lee, and she's just coming up out of nowhere, and that just starts happening, right? Like Monica, you have so many people like under you and under Rebecca now, and I guarantee you don't know the people under Rebecca, right? Like personally. So shit just starts happening, and it just starts growing and growing and growing. So you will be Heather. But when it happens, is all up to you and your like dedication and your actual plan that you take, and also what you tell yourself. So
I also wanted to say this too. So what I really like about, and I don't think not every business does this with people that are in other businesses, like, actually, I can't really speak for everything, but I know one that I came from before. It's kind of like a rolling thing where you're like, you keep going and keep going and you keep going, and like nobody ever resets. Now we keep going as far as how much our money is. Like with everything resetting, like, it's not one of those scary, like, oh my gosh, like I have to work my way up, back up to X amount of money that I was at. No, you keep making that. But like even Heather and Jaylyn and everybody on April 1st, we all started back at zero, and they had their CPs break off of them. So everybody literally is back on fair playing ground. The people that were kicking butt underneath them, which, hey, look, it's not everybody kicking butt underneath them, because there are some people that didn't hit CP underneath them that have momentum build up like crazy. And our team, like, not to try to toot our horn, but toot, we've got a lot of people on our team that is going to be pushing Heather to like new heights, you know? And whether or not we hit her back up to $11 million or whatever, we were close to $11 million or whatnot, we have the capability for like so many people on our team to be CP or whatever. Not everybody wants to be CP, but everybody resets. So everybody's back on fair playing ground, and our momentum is all ours in the making. Like, some people are brand new, right? And so they haven't had as much time, but some of us have been able to build a team for 6-8 months, and we're starting back, and we are like, we've got this going. So like, this 0 wasn't sitting there nearly as long as it did at the beginning. We've got this 0 turning into 5,000, 10,000, like real quick now, not like it was at the beginning. So just focus on things a day at a time, because it will get to that. Like, I'm so amazed with how amazing our team is already doing, and it's only the 4th of the month. Like, it is insane. Insane. Sorry, I rambled, but I'm so excited.
No, I'm obviously super invested. I'm not as invested as whoever's under Josie, whoever's under Elena. Like, honestly, I don't care. I'm invested in Jennifer and I and all of you guys. You know, I say Jennifer and I because obviously all of Jennifer's downlines are not my downlines. And I want to share everything that I possibly can with everyone. But there is no reason to believe that we're not pushing everyone up to new heights. The teams that you guys are building are all going to have teams underneath them, and they're going to push you up, and you're not going to know what happened. If you actually like put the work in and recruit the people and try really hard and don't give up even on the days that it's shitty, just keep moving, because like the difference of a month can stand between you and like Royal or you and Maiden. It's not too much. It's not too overwhelming. Just tell yourself that you're going to get there, and don't have, ooh, I love this. Leslie Boyd Bradley. First of all, find her on YouTube if you want to be motivated. She's awesome. I personally hate her on the Maiden call on Monday. Hate it. Can't listen to it. Super boring. Painful. Painfully boring. I will hang up after 5 minutes. I can't stand it because I don't care about who she's interviewing. No offense to them, but I don't care about their success story. It looks nothing like mine. Chances are we don't have that much in common. You know, we don't have the same lives. But her, like, if you can see her, is awesome. And I never actually put any effort into watching her on YouTube. And now I'm glad that I did, because she was talking about not having an all or nothing mindset on your goals, because an all or nothing mindset is going to make you give up really quickly. As in, don't think, okay, if I can't reach Maiden or if I can't reach Lady, then I don't want to do it at all. Right? Because that's how quickly you're willing to give up on something that could actually change your life, that has changed Jennifer's, that has actually changed my life, right? That's changed Monica's like self-confidence, right, Monica? I mean, through the roof. Kristen, for sure. Jen, I know you love, Jen Gaspard, I know you love the makeup. I know it's changed you in that way. And so it's awesome to celebrate those things, and don't just think, oh, because I'm not here, then I don't want it at all. Be flexible in how you get to that point, because that matters, and always be willing to learn. Like, seriously, when I first started this business, I had, what do they call it? I didn't even realize it was what was wrong with me. I had imposter syndrome. There we go. I had all these people that signed up underneath me, and I had no idea what the hell I was doing. I was just like, oh, I love these people, but I don't have the answer to all these questions. But I love them, and that's enough. And it turns out it's not enough. You have to actually put in the work, decide what you want to say, be there for them, help them in the way that you can, and don't change who you are, because no matter what, someone might not like how direct I can be, or how not, like, you know, like Jennifer's the mom, I'm the dad. How sweet Jennifer can be, how not sweet I am. So, it's not going to work for everyone, but be the leader that you are, and it'll work. And it'll all like come together for you the right way, I think. So, So yeah, then she talked about programming your mind for success, and then garbage in, garbage out. So if you're telling yourself anything negative, that's going to come out in your live, in your posts. People can like smell it.
Did she say anything about stinking thinking? She's the one that got that from.
When she said garbage in, garbage out, it was like a stinking thinking thing.
That's who I got it from.
Oh, stop. Really? I didn't know that.
I love her.
She's awesome. Like I said, I'm glad I watched her there. If you think the maiden call is boring as shit, try her on YouTube because it's so much better. And now I don't feel so bad for missing the maiden call because I can't listen to that. I can't listen to like the interview dialogue or whatever. I just don't care enough. So garbage in, garbage out. Then she recommended a book that's called, or not a book, a podcast that's called Earn Your Happy. And I have that podcast saved. So Earn Your Happy. I don't know. Jennifer, do you want to say?
I mean, that's basically it. Like, I mean, you have to kind of like know ahead of time kind of what you want out of this. And it's, you know, obviously we're talking about this because it's the very beginning of the year. You know, you got to make sure that you plan. Like if you're wanting to do something with make it a business, which all of us are because we're all here or we're all watching the replay. But you just have to you have to plan it out. You have to know what you want, and you have to know that, like Michelle was just touching on, when you do this, things are not going to happen like overnight. You're not going to be you're not a Heather. You're not a, hi Rebecca.
Rebecca's here. Yes.
You haven't been doing this forever. Like, and as far as I know, I don't think we have anybody on our team, like in our specific, like downline that, I'm sorry if you can hear pounding. That is my kid. Okay.
We don't have anyone that's been in direct sales for that long.
Yeah. So like these people have established stuff that we're like, oh my gosh, like as long as you know that they started somewhere, you can get to there. It's all about your mindset. You can't have an all or nothing mindset because there are going to be days that suck. And you saw the thing where Elena posted like up and down, like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. I sold so much stuff. It's amazing. And then it's like, oh my gosh, nobody's liking my post. What am I even doing? And then, oh my gosh, it just went live. I had so many people that were watching and people asking to be in my group. And oh my gosh, I have no idea what I'm doing with this new product. I don't even know what kind of business I am doing in this company. Like that is like literally everybody goes through that. It is normal. It's totally normal.
Monica, she commented this thing that like cracked me up. She goes, I do this every day or something. Like I have days where this happens every day. So yeah, I mean, you're not working for someone else. No one else is there to motivate you, but no one is there to fire you.
Right.
And no one is there to tell you to get your shift covered, even though your kid's sick, figure it out, or you're fired.
Yes.
Or that's a strike or something.
Let me tell you, I had a one-on-one with Heather the other day, and I was talking to her just about the business and everything, and like excited about the new year and all that jazz. And I was talking to her and I said to her, I was like, this is so much harder now that I'm doing this at home and this is it. It was so much easier when I worked full time. Yeah, I had a one-on-one with Heather. I messaged her. I was talking to her.
Heather did their one-on-one in the Taco Bell parking lot.
Yeah, she totally did. She was like, I actually called her.
Heather eats Taco Bell and looks like that. Jerk.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I did a one-on-one with her. Like it was like a 20-minute conversation over the phone. But she's so great. She was just kind of telling me, she was like, look, I think some people think that you can do this thing at home and it'll be great. And you're not working anymore. This is totally you. But you have to be even more disciplined and more motivated. You have to know that this is like my job now. So I had to basically talk her. Yeah, I love her. She's so kind. Like she is like, whenever we first started, I remember Michelle and I were like, is she real? Like, is that real? Is that fake on Facebook? Like we were okay with it because she was good at it. I was like, I really hope she's sweet. oh my gosh, she's the real deal. Like, she is the real deal. It's so refreshing.
Meet her before any of us. Kristen and Rebecca got to meet her before any of us.
Was it like, I know I met her at Pitt.
Pittsburgh.
No, I met her at Pitt.
I know, they went to Pittsburgh. I know. Well, sorry, I knew you met her, but I knew that Kristen and Rebecca had met her.
I don't remember when it was. I think they may have met her before me. I don't know. It doesn't really matter because just whatever. I was like, oh my gosh, and she's so tiny. She's just so tiny. I thought that she was. I don't know what I expected. Like, I think I expected her to be taller, but she's like short and like super little. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I don't know if I want to hug her because I'm afraid I'm going to snap her.
And her husband is like super tall too. Like so tall.
Mm-hmm.
But she was so sweet. But basically I was telling her, you know, like, it's just so, I really did I underestimated this. Like, I thought I'm doing badass, doing this, like working 30 hours a week, coming home to a child who's special needs, and I'm still taking care of all that. And then I'm getting this stuff done and I'm going live. I was going live more than ever when I was not doing it. Just from home. And then I was like, what is the deal? And she's like, yeah, it's because I had a strong why. And we'll talk about that on another call. I had a strong why. My why was that I needed to be home. I needed to be at home with my son and my husband. And I was like motivated, and I knew, like, you know, oh my gosh, nobody does this in 6 months. Nobody. I'm like, okay, watch me. And I did. So I was excited, and I do still work Fridays just so I can like show my stripes and get out and all that. But I was like so motivated. And I was still motivated, but at the beginning of this year, it was funky because you're going through the whole like, okay, well, it's almost seminar. I've got this trip I'm going on. You know, all these, it was just like kind of like mind foggy. Like, and I was like, okay, I don't know what's going on. And now I'm just like, okay, it's the beginning of the year. We have no excuses. I'm not going to put myself back in that place where I was at. This is like so hard now. This is so hard. Oh my gosh, my kid this, my kid that. It was all a bunch of excuses. You guys, what I should have done is I should have just, after he went to bed, I should have just like at least planned stuff out for the next day. Woke up early. Like, I know that he has to sleep at some point. Like, I got to work around that because this is my job now. And I love it. But I was starting to stress out about like my son. I'm like, okay, why am I like, he's the reason why I came home, and now I'm like aggravated with him because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing when I know I should be planning, and I wasn't. So, yeah, sorry, I was just reading comments. So I think that's really just it.
Yeah. So like all being on the same page, not comparing yourself to someone who's been doing this for years and had a huge following of other people that join, you know, MLMs, and like that builds their team. You know, don't look at any of those people. Look at you and your business and the people that you want to work with, and knowing that they're going to grow at their own pace, and you can give them like all the tools in the world. So that's what, you know, we're here doing, telling you guys, like, plan your posts. It's really important. Sit down, you know, grab one of those content calendars off Pinterest, put some work into your wording. Don't think that your business isn't worth that. Don't think that you can copy someone else's wording, someone else's graphic, which, by the way, if it's blurry, if it has like a vignette on it, if it has all this crazy stuff, don't use it, because people know that that's garbage. People know that that's not yours. And yeah, it takes a little bit of effort, but you are not going to make 6 figures, have a 6-figure team because you copied other people's stuff or because you didn't plan. Oh, I got here and it just happened. Like, you have to actually make the plan for it, feel the pain of it, learn things. Like, I've had a really painful time in my group, my beauty group. I'll tell you guys that. And maybe it's because I'm not meant to do things online like I thought I was. Maybe I'm supposed to do this in person. It works different ways for different people. I think Marcy, Brittany's mom, does like everything in person. Mandy Mancuso, the Smile Farmer, she does, and that's like how I recognize her, so that's good branding. she has a kiosk at the mall. So there's all these different ways of doing stuff, and be open to that, because not everyone is going to be great online like Heather. And I really want to be able to embrace all of it, right? Not abandon online, because like you do still have people that are watching you. And I know that they're watching me because they're not going to comment on my color post, but they'll comment on my cat, like whatever. I still know they're watching.
Girl, I had somebody, you saying that, Chris and I went to the grocery store after we dropped Link off today so I could get cranberry juice and in the front of Kroger, and I had to walk past Starbucks, you guys. I gave up my coffee today for cranberry juice. So I walked past Starbucks, and then I hear, hey, Jennifer. It is literally, and I'm not kidding you guys, it is literally a girl that I went to high school with who is a mean girl. Like a mean girl that I'm friends with her on Facebook again. It's kind of a long story. She was a mean girl. I did not like her in high school. She ended up, I live 5 hours away from my university that I went to. She happened to be in the same university, and she's like, we should go get lunch. Like, and I was like, okay, well, I'm nice, whatever, I'll do it. So we became Facebook friends, and we were going to hang out, but it never came back. But she and I never had anything in common. She was always a mean girl, but I was always trying to be nice. And I knew that when we were living in Tennessee, we were two girls that were uprooted out of Georgia, up in Tennessee. We had that connection. So I felt like maybe we'd build on it at some point. We didn't. Well, I saw her in Starbucks today, and she was just commenting on Link and my business, and we need to get together, and I really miss you. I'm like, wait, hold on a minute. And I started thinking like, and I'm not trying to get all deep with you guys, but she is like now my age. I'm 30. She was a mean girl in high school. I don't know her friend status at all anymore. She says she misses me, and I'm like, I haven't actually hung out with you since we sat down for lunch like 5-6 years ago. Like, I don't know. And she was like, I want to get together. I'm starting to think like, she might have been a mean girl, but maybe she doesn't really have any friends, and maybe she sees what I'm doing, and maybe she thinks that this might be something for her, and maybe I need to be more open-minded. And she's been seeing my posts, but homegirl never likes anything, never comments on anything, but she's watching, and she was able to, oh my gosh, Link's posts are so great. Oh my goodness, I saw the autism colors. If I could rock a blue, I would totally rock that, because I don't ever post my LipSense on my regular page. Some people do, and they do it gracefully, but I'm so afraid of me coming off funky. So I haven't done it, don't really do it very often. She was commenting on everything, you guys, like stuff from 6 months ago. So
I've had that happen. I've had that where people, it won't even necessarily be a girl. It'll be like a guy I know or something in like a social setting. They won't say anything. And then it'll be like, oh, but you're doing so well in your business and your stuff looks great. And I'm like, oh, they're still watching. So even though they're not commenting. So like when I say try different avenues, obviously don't abandon online all the way, because you never know like who's going to end up joining you. I know for Jennifer, Emily, it took like one post for Jennifer to join her. I love Jennifer and I trusted her. So that's why I wanted to join Jennifer.
Rebecca didn't comment on anything.
Really?
I didn't even know she was in my beauty group. And then I made the one post that said there's this many SeneGence distributors, this many unique or whatever, that post. And she messaged me and she's like, we need to talk. And now she's a dang royal. But I didn't even know she was in my group.
That is true.
You never know. I mean, you really do never know who's going to be a rock star and who's your person that's watching. But we all have those people that we've not necessarily talked to yet that like every single one of our posts too. So they're watching. They're just waiting to like feel, engaged. Sometimes it just takes that one post to get someone to commit to doing it. So yeah, I mean, there's no reason to think that Maiden isn't right around the corner for you, or the Royal in Waiting isn't right around the corner for you. Royals, like, you have to have the consistency of 2 months to happen, so it can't be like right around the corner, you know what I mean? Because you actually have to like, the months in play really bother me. I hate it so much. The months that you have to be inconsistent to get from in waiting to not in waiting to actually be the thing. That's so annoying. What else was it? I think that's it. That's what we're going to talk about. Elena's going to do the vision board thing. I think that's going to be a really cool opportunity for people. You missed Royal by one girl. What? Oh my gosh. What was I going to say? Crap. Oh, okay. So we're going to talk about the vision board. So then next week we're going to talk about content. And then at that point is when I'm going to do a little Canva tutorial. But if anything helps you guys at all, feel free to always, and we've not said this, but like I go live in Jennifer's page. No one else really does. Good night, Jen. Everyone say good night to Jen.
Good night.
Whatchamacallit? I forget what. So I'm going to go and I'm going to talk about Canva. I'll actually do a tutorial on that. But if you guys ever feel like you just want to talk about something or something that you learned that day, feel free to go into the group and share that, because you guys are all leaders here. Like everyone on the call right now is a leader here. So go live in Jennifer's group. Go live in our team page. Share all of those things, right? Because you never know who you're motivating. Jacko's trying to attack the pen in my hand. Now we're having a sharing contest.
Give me that cat.
This cat's the worst.
Give me
that cat. Monica hates cats, y'all. But she has really cute doggies. This cat. Yeah. He's going to run away.
I think
anyway,
I should have taken a picture when Jen was still on.
Like good, like crop her in somehow.
I like how I always end up with like half of my LipSense on and like a sweater. Was that you, Kristen?
No.
I don't have any LipSense on in these things. Yeah, Monica's ready.
I think it's mostly still on. I was trying to I was doing a test. I was doing the shea cream or whatever, the cream to take off everything, and it works for everything just about LipSense. It didn't work for you, Monica, or not Monica, Rebecca?
I didn't like the way that it made, like I used it like she did in the video. I didn't use it as much because good God, I'd be out of it. But I tried it and it made my face feel like really thick and my eyes were like glued shut, and I did not like it.
Oh, I know Elena said she liked it. I've not tried it yet, but I would love to not use Foops on my eyes. It really irritates my eyes, but I love using Foops to take off my lip color. I always do that now. So I'll do like off a majority of it and just rub a little like extra, not hard, but I'll take like a washcloth and just rub it in a circle, get most of it off. And then I'll do Oops, one layer, and it's generally done. So I love Foops for lip color. I like never use Oops for anything.
Yeah, I like the cream thing on my, but you have to use very little. Joni was killing me because I was like, nobody else can use that amount. Like literally that glob you just got in your hand, that was $20.
I thought she was going to flash us there for a second.
Oh my God.
Was anybody else waiting for that?
I thought she was going to flash us, but not only, I could have sworn that was for like her son's school project. So all I kept thinking about was, oh my gosh, they're all seeing her freaking boobs.
Yes. Oh my God.
Well, her non-existent, because she got a double mastectomy. Mm-hmm. So it's like, well, I mean, I think she may have got stuff to replace. I guess it looks like it. But
I mean, if it's holding like her shirt up, then I would assume probably, but either way.
I just thought of this.
Nothing looked like it was holding up really well.
Yeah, well, there's that.
Because I remember seeing it, like the area, and I was like, if I had all that money, darn well my things would be perkier than ever.
Just like huge.
Well, we know what's going on Rebecca's vision board.
That is my husband is retiring from the military in about 4.5 years, and I said, when your first retirement check comes in, that's my gift to myself, so I don't need one.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. I was thinking, Michelle, I upload these videos to YouTube and you're on here going, Those maiden calls.
I can't. They're terrible. I can't. Everyone thinks it. Everyone thinks it.
I don't mind it. I just don't like the first 15 minutes. Here's the deal. If you get on maiden calls, if you are like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be late. If you log on like 15 minutes or sometimes even 20 minutes late, you're usually still on time, because the very beginning they're like they're congratulating all of the new CPs. Now it probably will slow down here for a little while because obviously everybody's numbers reset. So there's not going to be any huge rank increases immediately.
Mm-hmm.
But
whatever, it's painful. I can't do it. Like, I think that's just me. Like, I don't know if you guys are like me, but